Hi, it's Kim from Handmade by Kim. Today I've got a fun pop-out gatefold card to show you. I made this card as one of my swaps for the Pinkies retreat. I joined free swap groups, and this one is for the DSP swap group. If you visit my channel, you'll find the other two fancy fold swaps. One went live a couple of days ago, and then one is going live in a couple of days. So let's show you the card. So it's decorated with the Snowflake Splendor DSP, and I've also used the Snowflake Wishes Stamp Set. So you open the card like this, which is like a gatefold, and then it pops out like that, hence the name. So when the card is standing, it could be like this. Whoops, it's not quite standing right. Or it could be like this. So you could have it however you like. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this today. I'm going to use exactly the same DSP because I think it just suits this card beautifully. Okay, so we're going to need our scoring board, or you can use your trimmer if you've got a scoring blade. And we are going to take a piece of cardstock that is 11 inches by 4 1/8 of an inch. It's 4 1/8 of an inch because that means in the UK we can actually get two of these out of one sheet of A4 cardstock. So what we're going to do is place it in our scoreboard in this landscape position, and we are going to score it at 2 3/4 and 8 1/4. Then we're going to flip it over so it's the same direction but on the other side, and we're going to score at 5 1/4 and 5 3/4. Okay. So what we're going to do is burnish the score lines, but what we want to do is fold them in different directions, so that's why I've scored them like I have. So starting with these outer pieces, I'm just going to fold those in. And then I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to burnish the lines for the centre part, the pop out part. Okay, so now you can see there are mountain and valley folds. I'm not sure which way round they are. I guess these are mountains and that's a valley. I hear lots of people talking about this, but I just know, I just look at it at the score lines and I can work out which way to fold it myself. So now we've got our cardstock scored, I'm just going to bring in all the bits and pieces to decorate this card. So I have got some DSP from the Snowflake Wishes Snowflake Splendor DSP from Stampin Up. So let me just get those arranged. So I've actually got 3 different patterns that I think look nice together. There are quite a few different colours in this DSP set. If I turn some of these over, you'll see the other colours. See, those 3 I don't think go so well together. So I've just chosen them like this. So what you need is 2 pieces for the front, which are 2 1/2 inches by 3 7/8 of an inch. So I have chosen this one for the front. Okay. And then you're going to need 2 pieces for this side. So I've chosen this plain piece, which we're going to add some snowflakes to. And again, that's exactly the same measurements, 2 1/2 inches by 3 7/8 of an inch. And then for the centre panels, they're slightly smaller. So you're going to need 2 at 2 1/4 by 3 7/8 of an inch, and again there's a different pattern. And then I've chosen the same pattern just to decorate this inside piece, which is 1/4 inch by 3 7/8. Okay, so I'm just going to stick all those in place now. Okay, so I've stuck all those panels in place. I'm just going to bring in my other version. So now if you obviously want to decorate it your own way, you don't have to follow the rest of the tutorial. And what I've done is I've just stuck a panel here and a panel on the inside and added some decoration. But I'm just going to show you now how I did the stamping and how I decorated the inside. So let's put those to one side and get out some scrap cardstock. And what I've done, I'm just going to bring in my piercing mat as well, because we are using the Snowflake Wishes Stamp Set, which is a photopolymer stamp set. And we're also going to be using 3 different coloured blues. Okay, so I've got my stamps on my blocks, and I'm using the Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas and the In the Coldest Moments sentiment. But of course you can use any sentiment you like. Now the reason why I just felt like it was really fun to do a technique where the ink kind of faded, like an ombre effect, different colours. So I just thought with the 3 different lines, well actually sorry, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I kind of split it up into 3 sections. I thought it'd be really nice to do multicolour stamping. So I've kind of gone with Seaside Spray at the top, then a bit of Misty Moonlight, and then Night of Navy. Now Seaside Spray and Night of Navy, and I think Misty Moonlight, I don't think they're in this suite of colours, but they just match this paper so well, where the balmy blue, I just think it just stood out a little bit too much, so that's why I've chosen those colours. I'm just grabbing the catalogue here just to try and find that suite. Let's have a look. Snowflake Splendor 36. So here is the suite within the catalogue. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got every single piece, which is unusual for me. And the colours in the paper is Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather. It does have Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy. Sorry, I was wrong about that. Pacific Point, Pool Party, and of course Whisper White. But it doesn't have Seaside Spray. But I honestly feel that that looked the best. So that's why I'm using it. So I'm just going to get my ink pads opened, and I'm also going to grab my daubers. So I've got my daubers like this, and I've got them set up for each colour. So I'm just looking for Night of Navy, and there's my Misty Moonlight. Okay, let's put those to one side. So I'm going to ink up the stamp with Seaside Spray. So I'm going for the lightest colour, and then I'm going to take my dauber, Misty Moonlight, and just ink it up on my ink pad, and I'm just going to apply it to the stamp directly in the middle. I don't know if you can see, and then do the same with my Night of Navy, just for the bottom line. And I kind of blend them in together. So right, I'm going to stamp that one on this smaller piece, and we're going to, oh, it's got a bit of ink on that. Oh no, I'll grab another piece in a minute. Let's use the larger piece. It's a problem, I always get ink on my fingers and I end up ruining my stamping. So I'm just going to stamp that, hold it down, and then you can see it's got this kind of ombre effect, and I just thought it was really nice. Okay, let me grab another scrap of Whisper White. Thick. I have all my scraps like this, so I can use every piece. So let's pop that to one side, and then on the inside you can see I've done the same, but I don't think I used Night of Navy, so I'm going to pop that one away. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp in Seaside Spray and grab my Misty Moonlight Dauber and apply the ink like that. And I've done it so the bottom of the Snowflake Wishes just has a bit of the Misty Moonlight. I think it looks really nice. It doesn't show up so well on camera, but I just think it just gives it a real sort of icy blue feel. And I'd absolutely love it if we had some icy blue embossing powder, but unfortunately we don't. That would be top on my wish list. So what I've got is 2 dies from the rectangle stitch dies that nicely fit both sentiments, so I'm just going to cut those out now. Okay, so I've die cut those using my cutting and embossing machine, and you can see the stitch effect around the outside. I think that's really nice. And what we're going to do is we're going to adhere half of it to one side. I didn't actually use any Velcro dots or magnets to hold it down. It does seem to stay in place with that bit of ribbon, the weight there, but you could use something like a magnet or some Velcro dots if you wanted. So I'm just going to apply some Tombow to the left hand side of my sentiment, and I'm going to, with the card closed, I'm going to apply it where it would be in the centre. Okay, and then for this piece I used a little bit of I've got some really thin double-sided tape, so I think what I did, I made these a little while ago now, is I just placed a little bit there. So you can attach this however you like, but I thought because this bit is kind of floating sort of panel, I wanted it to for it to make it fall off, so I went for something a bit sturdier, so a bit stronger, sorry. So I'm just going to position that in the middle. It's really hard, it's hard to find the middle. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I do want to make sure that's as central as possible. Okay, all right, so we're almost there. We just got a little bit of decorating to do. So I like to use current Stampin' Up products, and unfortunately this year they removed most of the glimmer paper from the catalogue, which I was really sad about, but there is some beautiful balmy blue, and yes, it does belong with this suite, but I really felt white really suited this. So I like to think outside the box and use up products that I do have, and I have got some of the shimmery white embossing paste. So this is a great paste that you can use with masks. You can add drops of refill to change the colour, and it's got this amazing iridescent sparkle. So what I did is I took some Varwist White's cardstock and I just spread a thin layer of it. So I'm just trying to catch it in the light so you can maybe see the sparkle. I think you can just see it there, but it's got this lovely kind of greeny, purpley, bluey sparkle to it, which really suits this paper. Just wish I could get a good shot of that. So I used some of this to die cut my snowflakes. So I had some of this without any adhesive backing, and then I also had a sheet where I applied the adhesive backing, so I could basically die cut my snowflakes and have an adhesive back, so we're not messing around with Tombow. So I've used the So Many Snowflakes dies, and there's quite a few in here in this set. These all belong with a stamped image, and these 3 all cut out the snowflakes. This one actually has a kind of it doesn't cut out a snowflake, it cuts out holes within a piece of paper, and then you've got this die here as well. I didn't think this went with my project today, so I didn't use that one. So what I've done is I've already die cut the snowflakes. I've just added them to the back of this Polly Pocket, and I'm just going to stick them. So I thought they'd go really nice on this piece of DSP here, which doesn't have any snowflakes. So I have got the large and the medium snowflakes die cut with adhesive backing on. I've actually cut out a couple extra, so I'm going to put those in place as well. You can never have too many snowflakes, in my opinion, so just stick those there. And then I have 2 that don't have the adhesive backing that I'm just going to position here. So I'm just going to grab my glue dots, and I'm going to just sort of fold the glue dot in half and then add it to this section here. And I've just lined up that centre piece with the corner. Okay. So now, just for final touches, I'm going to use the blue adhesive back gems, also from the Snowflake Splendor suite. Inside, I'm going to use the darker blue. So I'm just going to position those randomly. One large one. I find random so hard. So I'm just gonna do the same as what I did. And then I'll put one here. One of the small ones and another small one here. And then on the front, I might just hold that down for a minute. I have used the light blue, and I actually place them in the centre of the snowflakes. So let's put one there, and then one more. Let's have that one there. And then finally, I use the, what's this one called? The Snowflake Splendor ribbon. This is an iridescent ribbon. It's quite stiff, so it holds quite a nice bow. So I've tied quite a large bow. I know it's a bit over the top, but I quite liked it, and I think it also adds to the weight to keep that panel shut. And I've just added a glue dot to the back, and then like that. Obviously, you can make your bow a little bit less. So I'm going to take my bone folder and just really give those a good burnish. And so there we have it. We have my Snowflake Splendor pop-out gatefold card created with the Snowflake Splendor suite from Stampin' Up. I hope you like this and you utilise this technique. I think it's a really fun card, something I've never made before. And when I make swaps, especially for the group of demonstrators that I belong to, I really like to try something new and put a little bit more effort in than my usual cards that I feature on my blog. So you'll find that I always try and do a fancy fold for my swap. So coming up next in a couple of days, we have my final swap, which features the Wishes and Wonder bundle, and I've got something a little bit different for you, and I can't wait to show you. Thank you for watching.